So what happens when you hit a stump with your lawnmower? Well, you bend your blade. That's one of the possibilities anyway. That's exactly what I did. I was mowing my lawn at my cabin this weekend. I hit a stump that I've mowed around for years and just forgot it was there and hit it square as can be with my lawnmower and bent the blade to the point where I actually had to take it off to get it loaded back up on the trailer. So today we're going to replace the blades on the mower, but more importantly, we're going to talk about the Oregon Gator lawnmower blades. Stay tuned. Hey YouTube, Ed here with Jack of All Trades, and welcome to another video. So as stated into the introduction, I bent the blade on my lawnmower. Hit a stump. Wasn't a very big one. It's only about a 2.5-inch diameter stump of a tree that I knew was there. I thought I remembered where it was, and the grass was so long I just completely ran right over it and did that really nice number to the blade. Luckily, after I had sharpened the blades the last time in the last video, I went ahead and I ordered a set of Oregon replacement blades. Now the intention was to use these blades, the old blades, for mowing up at the cabin and take them off and basically leave them there and then use the Oregon blades, or the nicer blades, what I was hoping was going to be nicer blades, for the yard. But as it turns out, that blade is trash. I can't use it anymore, so we're going to scrap them. And we're going to go ahead and we're just going to put the Oregon blades on, and I will get a new set for the cabin next year. But what we're going to talk about today more than anything is the Oregon blades. And we're going to do just a bit of a review on them. We're going to do a bit of a test on them, and I'm going to let you know what I think of them. Everybody that I've seen who's done reviews on these things really like these blades, and they get excellent reviews on the Oregon website. So let's go ahead and relocate the camera. Let's take a quick look at these blades. Then let's get them on the Cub Cadet and take them out and see how they mow. All right, Oregon Gator replacement mower blades. So I went with the Gators, two reasons. One, they've gotten very good reviews from everybody I've seen use them. And two, a friend of mine had put them on his mower, and he said he really likes them. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to give them a whirl, and I need to buy some replacement blades anyway. I figured I would give them a try out. So let's just talk a little bit quickly about the Oregon blades and what I see before we even get them on the mower. First and foremost, they're made in the USA. I really like that. Secondly, they're far less expensive than the factory original Cub Cadet blades. So first and foremost, what are we looking at here as far as advantages, disadvantages to the Oregon blades? Well, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you the Oregon blades are less expensive. If you buy a factory original Cub Cadet from the Cub Cadet website, you're going to pay $30 per blade. I want to say I paid $30 for a pair of the Oregon blades. So right off the bat, they're half the price. With that being said, both blades are 3 inches wide. The Oregon blades are just a little bit thicker in the blade area than the factory original Cub Cadets. If I take my digital caliper and I measure the thickness of the blade area on the Cub Cadet blades, they're 0.123 inches. And if I measure the blade area of the Oregons, they're 0.69 inches. So the Oregon blades are right off the bat a little bit thicker. Now these blades are painted, so if you want to take off a little bit for the paint thickness, you're probably looking at 0.15-ish. So the blades on the Oregons are just a little bit thicker, and I can also feel that the blades themselves are heavier. They're considerably heavier than the Cub Cadet blades. So these are a little bit heavier duty blade. Now these are not the G5s, these are the G3 blades. They're not the heavy duties. They're your standard garden variety lawn mowing blades. I didn't feel I needed the heavy duties. Maybe I'll try the heavy duties for up at the cabin. That might be a little better suited location for them. So right off the bat, the blade is a little heavier than the factory original blade. They're completely made in the USA. They're the same thickness as far as width goes. They're a little heavier material. I also noticed that the cutting edge on the Oregon blade is almost identical in length to the factory original as far as the actual edge is concerned. And the edge angle on the Oregon blades is 30 degrees, which is perfect for my sharpening system. They both have a star drive on them because they're direct replacements for the Cub Cadet mower that I have. As far as I can tell, a blade is a blade is a blade, but these blades do seem to be a little bit heavier, and they are by far less expensive. So right off the bat, I like that fact of the blades, and I like the fact that they seem to be a little heavier construction. So there isn't much more I can talk about on these things just looking at them. So let's go ahead and let's relocate the camera out to the mower. Let's get the other blade off. Let's get these things installed. See how they fit, see if they fit the machine like they're supposed to, and then let's take them out and let's do a mow with them. All right, the blades fit perfectly. It literally only took me about 6 minutes to change these out using an impact gun, and that was to include putting it up on jack stands and the whole 9 yards. So this was a really fast process. The blades fit perfect. They're the right length. They fit into the star absolutely perfectly, and they should be really good to go on my Cub Cadet XT1 here. Incidentally, I've had this mower now for just about 2 seasons. It'll be 2 seasons in December. I bought it specifically for the snowblower attachment. If you would like me to do a review on the Cub Cadet XT1 lawnmower, let me know, and I will do a review on this machine if you have an interest in purchasing one and you want to know what my opinion of it is. With that, let's go ahead and let's start it up, and let's engage the blades. Make sure that there's no balance issues, because I did not balance these blades. I put them on exactly as I got them out of the box. I didn't sharpen them. I didn't do anything. I just put them on from the factory, so we're going to see how they perform right out of the factory. Now, after that, I may decide I want to take them off and sharpen them a little sharpener. We'll see how they cut. But let's go ahead and let's start the mower up, and let's see if we have any balance issues. All right, no balance issues, no funny noises. It should be good to go. So let's get this thing outside and let's see how she cuts some grass, and let's see what it does for residue management. Now I'm on a side discharge system. I'm not bagging and I'm not mulching. So we'll see how it does on a side discharge scenario. I've been told that these blades are perfectly fine for side discharging or for mulching. I do not know how well they work for bagging. That would be something we'd probably have to research, and hopefully somebody out there has got this machine with a bagger on it and these blades to see how it does in the bagging. But we'll see how far it throws it on the side discharge, and if it throws it a good distance, I would imagine bagging should be fine. At any rate, let's get the machine outside and let's cut some grass. So one of the things that you can see here is that the clippings are coming out and they're getting thrown quite far, good 5-6 feet. So I don't believe that these blades would have any problem whatsoever being used in a bagger unit. So something that I noticed that oftentimes happened with the factory blades, which is not happening here, is that with the factory blades, sometimes not all the grass was discharged out from underneath the deck. And on the side of the deck where there was no discharge chute, there would be like a little furrow or a little row of grass that was being left on the inboard side of the deck. And that's not happening here. These blades are doing an excellent job of ensuring that all of the grass gets thrown out from under the deck and that every blade of grass is being cut. So here you can see some of the clippings that were deposited on top of the deck. They're anywhere from a half an inch to a little better than an inch. Now, to be fair, I was cutting more than an inch of length off of this lawn in certain spots because it just kind of got away from me because I was waiting for blades. But you can see here in the lawn, you know, the clippings pretty much just disappear. It does a really nice job of managing the residue, and there's not a lot of grass sitting on top of the lawn, at least in this area. Parts of the lawn where it was really thick, I had to go over it a second time, but that was just because the lawn was extremely thick in that spot. So there it is. The lawn is mowed. The new blades actually worked very, very well. I'm pretty happy with them. I'm certainly happy with the cost savings, that the blades cost about half as much as the factory replacements, but I'm very happy with how they performed. I noticed that the residue coming out of the chute was actually, the clippings were a little finer than what they normally are with the factory blades, which was good. Now, I didn't really give the blades a fair shake because I was cutting more than an inch of grass in spots, in the heavy spots in my yard. So I really wasn't giving the blades a fair shake, but even in those heavy spots, the motor didn't seem to labor or struggle. It seems like it had no problem whatsoever keeping up, which was awesome. They did a good job in that respect. And in the areas where the grass wasn't quite so deep, the clippings were considerably finer than what I typically would notice out of the factory blades. So I think they do very, very well. And you couple that all up with the fact that they're more than half the price, I think these are a good deal, and I would recommend these blades to anybody who needs to replace blades on their mowers. That all being said, I think what I'm going to do when I take the deck off for the winter and attach the snowblower and I start doing my deck maintenance, I do believe I'll touch the edges up a little bit with the grinder. I did notice that the factory edges aren't like razor sharp, but then again, on a lawnmower, they don't need to be razor sharp. They just need to be sharp. So the factory edge was a little bit on the blunt side. It wasn't like super sharp or anything like that. I had no problem running my finger across the edge, and I had no concerns about cutting myself, but they could use a little touching up. So I think I'll touch them up in the fall here when I take the deck off, and that way they'll be ready for spring, and then I'll bet you they'll cut even better. That all being said, it's time to get this mower put up in the shed for the day. Now, if you like this kind of content and you're enjoying this channel, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. That's the only support I ever ask you for. And make sure you ding that notification bell so that you get notified of upcoming videos. I've had a couple of people ask me if I'm going to do any Jack of all trades merch. Hadn't really considered it. If you'd like some merch, if you'd like a t-shirt or a coffee mug or something of that effect, let me know, and maybe I'll see about getting some merch brought into the channel so you guys can support the channel that way. I really hadn't thought about it. That was an aspect that I really wasn't expecting to get into, and I really, frankly, wasn't going to do it because I don't like begging for money and I don't like selling stuff. But if that's something you want, let me know and I'll look into it, and maybe we'll come up with some merch. Even if nothing else, just for giveaway purposes, maybe that would be the way to do it. At any rate, this is Ed with Jack of All Trades. Thank you for riding along. I hope this was a good video for you, and we'll see you on the next video.